More reaction tonight on Ottawa's plan to aggressively reduce carbon emissions by 2030. One of the sectors being called upon to make deep emissions cuts, of course, the oil and gas industry. It's the single largest contributor of greenhouse gas emissions in Canada. And as Terry Roberts reports, that's raising questions about how the industry in this province will evolve and whether the proposed Bay du Nord project still has a future.
The catchphrase for this plan: clean air and a strong economy. But the big question, can our industry survive in an environment where oil and gas emissions are to be cut by more than 40% over 2019 levels over the next 8 years? The energy minister says yes.
They recognize the fact that oil and gas are necessities. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, you may even see an increase.
Industry supporters in this province believe the offshore has an advantage. Carbon emissions during the production of oil in the offshore is about 20% lower than the global average. Accepting that fossil fuels will be required for decades to come, Ottawa's climate plan makes specific mention of offering lower carbon oil and gas to the world.
When you look at where the federal government wants to be by 2030 for the oil sector, we're already there.
So what does this mean for Bay du Nord? The Environment Minister is expected to hand down a decision on the massive Equinor-led project next month. But supporters do not believe Bay du Nord will be derailed by Ottawa's climate plan.
And at 8 kilograms a barrel, it will be the lowest carbon per barrel project in Canada and one of the lowest in the world. So it is a great fit.
They recognize that this meets the environmental scrutiny. It's passed the Impact Assessment Agency. I think this puts us in good stead.
But environmental groups disagree.
We don't need the oil. So I think when it comes to Bay du Nord, based on what we heard yesterday, it's a no-brainer. The project should be rejected.
The energy minister says the province will continue to pursue oil projects, while at the same time eyeing renewable energy options.
We have renewable, we have non-renewable. We don't think we need to pick one. We think we can bet on both.
The plan proposes a $2 billion futures fund to help workers prepare for a low-carbon economy. Parsons welcomes such an investment.
We've got projects that are going to be operating for some time. We have aspirations to see operations in hydrogen, in wind, and other renewables. So we're going to need to increase our workforce.
When it comes to reducing emissions, the Prime Minister says this is no time for excuses. And groups like Energy NL say they're ready to step up.
We can contribute to the global energy mix. That's going to be needed for decades to come.
Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.